If you have been following my channel for a bit, you probably know that I'm traveling to Virginia to check out King's Dominion and Busch Gardens Williamsburg this summer, which is still so surreal to say, but I took the top 10 roller coasters I'm most excited for and created a list with it. So we got 5 coasters from King's Dominion and the other 5 are for Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and that has created my top 10 most anticipated roller coasters for my 2025 Virginia trip. So coming in at the last spot is the B&M dive coaster Griffon. If you know anything about Busch Gardens Williamsburg, that park has a Floridian twin called Busch Gardens Tampa, and they have a dive coaster named Shikra, and I wasn't really impressed with that ride, but I've heard this is better, and I don't have sky-high expectations for Griffon, but I know it's gonna be fun, and it does look prettier in the Shikra with its color scheme matching the skies. There wasn't really any other choice for the last spot, so Griffon had to take it. So for number 9, this is a new type of coaster model for me. It's the SNS Freespin with Toon Beely. Like I said, I have never done an SNS Freespin before, so this will be very unique to me. It is a short ride, but it does pack a good punch into under 1,000 feet of track. The ride experience is going to be different every time I ride it because, like the name, it spins freely, so it flips by the rider's weight in position. If you have any recommendations on how to get multiple flips onto Beely, I would love to hear it in the comments below. I also forgot to mention that it looks spectacular in Jungle Expedition. It is kind of weird having 2 wing coasters in the same area, but that's me being nitpicky. I'm excited to try this out though. So for number 8, this one I'm a tiny bit nervous for. It is Verbolten. On paper, but if you know the tricks that happen indoors, you know why I have a little feeling inside me saying, what's that gonna feel like? And I am referring to its drop track. Same thing as Toon Beely, I haven't experienced a drop track before. It's also very well themed inside. I'm expecting this to be a sleeper hit of the trip. I'm also not looking forward to that one German girl spitting out on how to ride over and over again. Overall, I'm very excited to ride this. Now coming in at number 7 was a relocation. It is with the B&M floorless coaster at King's Dominion, Dominator. Dominator is one of the rare floorless coasters without a zero-G roll, and it is the longest floorless out there. It operated at a defunct park named Geauga Lake with a Jitmer theme. Afterwards, the park filed for bankruptcy in 2007, then in 2008, it was sent over to King's Dominion. It does bring me a little nostalgia as well, because there was a video online with a lady riding it for the first time and she was flipping out. I was dying laughing while watching it. The video is in the card above, but I hope this is better than Kraken and SeaWorld Orlando. Kraken was very overhyped for me. It was very shaky in the valleys. So I hope this isn't the same scenario here. And sticking with B&M, let's change the model from a floorless to an invert with Alpengeist. This is taking the number 6 spot on this list, and wow, it looks enormous. It's actually the world's tallest B&M invert. It's so tall that it's 5 feet away from being a hypercoaster. Alpengeist will be my 4th B&M invert, which is actually very weird to say. And this coaster has some great places to film some footage. When I'm at these parks, I will try my absolute best to get as much off-ride footage as possible. But back to Alpengeist, the layout is very cool, but there's a mid-course that just kills the pacing in the second half. I don't know why it's there. It's probably for running multiple trains if I had to take a guess. I'm very stoked for this ride though. Now we are halfway through the list. Kicking it off is the brand new Rapterra. This is King's Dominion's new B&M launched wing coaster, and I know the launch has sparked a lot of controversy, but at least the ride has a great looking layout. It features 3 inversions, a height of 145 feet, and a track length of a little over 3,000 feet. This will be my 3rd ever wing coaster. The other 2 I've done are Gatekeeper at Cedar Point and Wild Eagle at Dollywood, and this one is completely different from those 2, so I'm really excited on what is this going to feel like. I'm expecting it to be bouncy in some parts, but I've heard Rapterra isn't the smoothest, but it's not unbearable. And sticking with B&M, let's go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg for their hypercoaster, Apollo's Chariot. This is the roller coaster that the goose hit Fabio, and it's one of 2 B&M hypers to feature a pre-drop. This is ranked towards the lower end of B&M hypers, but I'm still excited for it. I've heard that the camelbacks don't deliver the best airtime, the ride is kind of slow at some points, and the helix pulls some good forces, but this was B&M's first shot at a hypercoaster. They have definitely got better with them. It also really uses the terrain to its advantage. And will this be the best roller coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg? No. That honor goes to Pantheon, which takes the 3rd spot. This is the standout coaster at this park, and this actually looks elite. This features many launches, a huge spike, 2 inversions, and a lot of airtime pops. I'm also very interested to try out the restraints. I've heard that Intamin lap bars are one of the most comfortable lap bars in existence. I also cannot believe I'm riding this before Velocicoaster. This was not on my bingo card for this year. I fully expected to ride Velocicoaster first, but here we are. They could have themed it up a bit better, but I'm still so stoked for this ride. Coming in at number 2 will be my 4th RMC, Twisted Timbers. If you know anything about King's Dominion, you know that the top 2 roller coasters are must-dos, and this is one of them. Like I said earlier, this will be my 4th RMC, which is a decent amount when somebody has 59 coaster credits and 3 of them are RMCs. And speaking of coaster credits, I'm gonna tell you guys how many credits I expect to have at the end of this trip. But back to Timbers, the layout looks fantastic with this barrel roll down drop, 3 back-to-back camelbacks, and 2 inversions mixed in as well. The theming is pretty cool, but this will easily place in my top 10. But what is that other roller coaster that makes King's Dominion a theme park destination? That is none other than the legendary Pantheon. This used to be called Intimidator 305 or Project 305, and I can't even express how excited I am for this. This is easily my most anticipated coaster of the trip, and that's because I've heard it's one of the most intense rides in the world. It was so intense that it made some people black out. But as for the layout, it reminds me of a mix of Millennium Force and Maverick, and I've done those two rides before, and they're ranked very high in my top 10, so I can't wait to see where this ranks in my top 25. And for many of these coasters, it has the heightened speed of Millennium Force but the transitions of Maverick. I really hope all these roller coasters are open during my trip, so fingers crossed and metaphorical knock on wood for that. So I want to hear from you guys. How would you rank the top 10 best roller coasters in Virginia? If you enjoyed this video, it would be really appreciated if you gave this video a like. Our goal for this year is to reach 700 subscribers before next year, and I'm counting on you to make that goal happen. And if you're curious on when I'm going to these parks, it is taking place in late June, and I'm expecting to hit 80 credits at the end of the trip. And you can expect a new video coming out in the next 5 days, so keep that adrenaline pumping, and thanks for watching.